Good evening, folks. How's everybody doing? It's Sunday, and I try to digitally detox on the weekends, but I'm not even going to bother to say we'll try and keep it short, because we all know when I say stupid shit like, well, I'm going to keep this one short 23 fucking minutes later. Let's not do 23 minutes later. Right now, you are seeing subliminal programming being rammed down your throat constantly. And they have been doing it since the 60s. I'm going to say the 60s. I could be wrong. There are guys who are way further down the rabbit hole than I am who understand all this shit, and they can chapter and verse it. I have friends like that. I don't have the capacity. I'm not saying that I don't buy into it. I'm just saying I don't have the capacity to retain that much information and be able to say, well, this was project. I don't. The new normal, which was being forced down your throat for the last couple of weeks, the coronavirus, this is the new normal. This is the way society has to behave. Well, before coronavirus, the guy that said this is the new normal, you have to get used to it, he was president of the United States. He was. And he was talking about his 1.3%, I want to say it was like 1.3% growth for the economy. That's the new normal. You're going to have to get used to it. And then Trump said, well, I'm going to turn that shit around. And he goes, well, what do you have, a magic wand? And Trump pulled the magic wand out and did turn all that shit around. He had it over 4 multiple times. But remember, this is about programming. This is about getting you used to what they want you to believe. So they hammer it into you. Repetition. Rap music is a great example. The people who do deprogramming and understand the concept of brainwashing, that's too deep for some people, so let's just toss that one out. Hypnotists. Okay? People believe in hypnotism. It works on some people. It doesn't work on others. It doesn't work on me. It just hasn't. There might be some guy who's super hypnotist who's able to go, but I tried to stop smoking and it didn't do shit for me. So, for what it's worth. Hypnotists will tell you that a repetitious, sonorous tone, repeating the same tones over and over again. Watch the watch, watch the watch, watch the watch. What the fuck do you think rap music is? It's the same tones over and over and over again. And then they overlay it with the subliminal suggestions they want you to imprint without noticing. Behave like a shitbag. Destroy the nuclear family. The church is bad. Worship money. Worship fame. Worship things. People suck. I'm guessing. I am merely guessing because I don't listen to... I know you guys are like, get the fuck out of here. Really? Yeah, I don't listen to rap music. The last time I listened to rap music was in the 80s, and it was the Fat Boys, R.I.P. Buffy St. Marie. Buffy St. Marie? Buffy something. Big fat black kid. Not surprised he died. And that was pre-COVID, so they can't blame COVID on his death. I think Buffy St. Marie was a fucking singer out of Canada. It doesn't really matter. He was the human beatbox for the band. Me, my friend Big Mikey, Double J, we went as the Fat Boys for a Halloween party in blackface. Because you could in the 80s and nobody gave a shit, so this would be like 83, 85, somewhere around there. You could look it up if you really give a shit. They did Wipeout, which was getting tangential again. Let's get back online. Rap music was okay in the very beginning because it was like pop music. It was light, it was happy. It wasn't a programming tool. Then it became a programming tool. Just saying. Remember, at one time, MTV played different kinds of music. And then, Yo MTV Raps came out, and I would not be surprised to find out that certain alphabet agencies whose course might be divergent with the best interest of the American people might have written a few checks to move shit in the direction they wanted to move it in. It's not why we're here. So the new normal is take a knee. Mold. I'm wearing this t-shirt today because we just did a beer video, but literally have a t-shirt inside that's half Swede. I'm very proud of my Viking heritage. And it's I shall kneel before no man, only God. That's one of those t-shirts. Sort of take on, what is it, a second on your feet versus a lifetime on your knees? PV, fell out of Virginia, wrote back to me in response, and he said, people do not understand that a life lived without honor is not a life at all. It's 100% fucking correct. It doesn't matter how you live, it doesn't matter how you die, but in between living and dying, it matters what you did and how you comported and behaved yourself, for these are the things that you'll be judged by. But I know, listening to me is like following a fucking snake through a bamboo grove. Take a knee, it's the new normal. I don't know if, well, I'm positive, actually, that people don't understand the historical concept of taking a knee. You took a knee in the presence of your king because you were submitting to his authority. Okay? It's a submissive pose. It is a pose where you are ceding all of your authority to do anything to someone who's higher up the chain than you. When you play football as a kid, you take a knee for the coach. Now, if you take a knee because a protester has more authority than you do, I have to ask, what the fuck you're smoking? See, it's the way they backdoor it into your brain. It's the way they control your behavior. It's how they get you to do what they want you to do. Take a knee for Black Lives Matter. Take a knee for Rainbow Lives Matter. Take a knee for Martian Lives Matter. Take a knee for Take a knee for vegan lives matter. Whatever makes you fucking happy. It's not the cause, it's the action. What they're doing is they're imprinting on you to be submissive. There's a huge problem in America. And that huge problem is we went off the fucking rails. Once divorce became the most popular binding element of children in school. If you have a child now and that child has two parents at home, a fucking unicorn. If you're black and the child has two parents, it's like unicorn fucking squared. Remember, the keys to success are finish high school, get married, don't have a child till after you're married. Those three keys to success will put you in the middle to the upper end of the middle class. Simple concept. But we hammer it on people. and people are herd animals. We understand how stupid they are, how easily programmed the general populace is. Well, everyone else is doing it. Jimmy, why are you going to jail? Well, we were protesting, and I threw a rock through a cop's window. See that schmuck last week, 10 days ago? His mom and dad had to walk him into fucking court because idiot, dopey, suburban white kid set a fucking police cruiser on fire. And his parents had to walk him into court. He was 20 fucking years old. I don't know how to explain this to people. At 20, you're a grown-up, sir. You are an adult at 18 in this country. Nope. We helicopter parented him. We split the family up. But God forbid fucking feminism, because that did us so much good. Allowing women to make decisions on the raising of male children. A fucking ginormous mistake. And the end result is what you're looking at now. It's not their fault. The feminists were fucking programmed. The parents were fucking programmed. This is not just a completely normal, natural, this is the way of civilization evolves kind of thing. It's the opposite. It's 100% synthetic. Look at where we are now. Now we're at take a knee, it's the new normal. Submit, it's the new normal. Be a beta, it's the new normal. Let your girlfriend peg you in the ass with a giant Martian horsecock dildo. It's the new normal. I'll tell you the pegging story, but I'll tell you the pegging story. I'm out drinking with some people I used to work with, friends of mine. Really like these people, great folks. I was sitting around bullshitting. You know, one of them's a broad. She's a fucking doll. And she's cute as Bugs fucking ear. But she had just gotten rid of her old man who she just had a child with. And she was telling the story about she was 5 and 6 months pregnant and she was angry and she was pegging the shit out of his asshole. And I'm like, what the fuck is pegging? Can't tell I'm old because I had no idea. And so she explained it in depth and I'm sitting there and I'm like this. And she reproduced with this guy. They programmed him to believe that being the submissive, to being the power bottom, was okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm an X-ray guy. I have seen the weirdest things that people stick up their asses. Makes you happy, go for it. What the fuck do I get? You're not hurting anybody else. Why do I give a shit? Why is it any of my business? It's not. But how did he get so feminized? This was not even a concept. I was growing up, so the fuck you talking about, Willis? I don't think so. 56, so Mistress Cupcake has to be about, I don't know, late 30s, maybe 40. So, almost a full generational split. And the guy that she gets knocked up with, he's a fucking beta cuck. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. But, you know, we're no longer selecting for the best and the brightest. That's been programmed out of us. That's horrible. That's racist. God forbid somebody should be better than anyone else and everyone not get a trophy. What do you mean we're keeping score in T-ball? Well, if you don't keep score, who the fuck won? It doesn't matter who won. Of course it matters who won. How do you know how to improve your performance if you're failing? Anyway, folks, the words we want to look at today are take a knee, submission, and acquiescence. Because that's what they're programming into you. That's how they want you to behave. Why else would you allow people to burn down your streets? Why else would you allow people to try and secede from the country by seizing 6 square blocks? Tell me. I don't know. I'm just a fucking dinosaur. I'm literally a dinosaur in the land of the mammals. But the nice thing is, I'm the type of dinosaur that has mammals between its toes. Just saying. Ugh. Well, so much for keeping it short. It's less than 20. It's 16. Thanks for coming by, folks. Thanks for putting some eyeballs on here. I will catch you on the next one. But take a step back. Take a look. Reevaluate. Are you ceding your personal space, your authority, your self... fuck if I remember the words. But are you being programmed to just say, no, it's okay? No, I'll let... Oh, Timmy, I'm going to tell you one more time, but if I have to tell you a 5th time not to light the cat on fire again, I'm going to tell you a 6th time. If you're living that fucking lifestyle, folks, take a minute, catch your breath, step back and say, you know, fuck this. I am no one's bitch. I am no man's slave, and I am no possession to any fucking one. So, you know, if you're married, then the wife owns your ass, but I don't have one of those, so really, nobody fucking owns me. Alrighty, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for putting some eyeballs on here, but take a knee to no one, folks. Acquiesce to no one. Submit to nothing except what you choose to do. Adios.